and welcome to Fort Lauderdale, Florida for tonight's SFL action between the Los Angeles Lycans and the Florida Storm. I'm Jack Brown, and alongside me here tonight is Ramos Lynn for some Saturday night SFL action. Ramos, we had a crazy pair of games to kick off Saturday here in the SFL. Do you think the craziness is going to come and continue here with two of the top quarterbacks in the league facing off?
Well, considering the fact that Los Angeles was just involved in a 100-point game, Jack, probably yes. I mean, you have a team that has a lot of experience. You may see that this is a very new team in the SFL in the Lycans, but they have guys like Richardson and Robert Johnson and company who've been in the league for a while already. So this is a veteran squad going against the veteran Florida Storm. Florida has a good defense, but a Los Angeles offense looks on point so far.
Yeah, and same thing goes for Los Angeles coming in today 3-0 undefeated, looking to keep up that streak in what many in the SFL community probably is considering their first real test of the young season.
Yeah, you're very right there. I mean, obviously you have a team in Florida who's won the championship 3 times, as we all know, and you know, few teams in the SFL are as well coached as the Florida Storm.
Could not agree with you more. But now we are just moments away from kickoff here at the Eye of the Storm. Los Angeles wearing the all-whites going to be kicking off, and Florida wearing their all-dark blues with the light blue trim is going to be receiving the ball going from right to left. Rob M's got the ball on the tee, and this game is underway. Ball's going to be taken right at the goal line, going to be taken out past the 10, up to the 20, past the 20, up to the 27-yard line, and that's where Ron Cochran and company are going to set up shop.
And Ron Cochran, you know, he always has very good receivers. He has Bush, Como, and company at the receiving core, but man, Charlie Boletsky has improved so much in the past couple of weeks. I think Florida will just run the ball a little bit with them to settle down.
Well, they're going to start up in the shotgun split back. Always an interesting formation to see get called on the first play of the game. Snaps a little bit low, but Cochran throws to the sideline. It's going to be caught. Gain of 6 on the play.
So short throw to E.J. Minson. He was a former tight end in the league. Moved to wide receiver and doing a nice job. Los Angeles there playing far off in coverage. Expecting maybe a deep shot from the Storm in their first play.
Yep. So now 2nd down and 4. Ball's on the 33-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. LA in the 4-3. Handoff now to Boletsky to the outside, and Boletsky's going to get a man to block. Gains 2 yards on the run.
Yeah, and the blitz came from the left side of the offensive formation. Boletsky went to the right side of the formation and had a little bit of space, but a good job by the defense making the stop before the first down marker.
So now it's 3rd down and 2. Same formation as from the first play. Expect something very similar to that first play. Short drop from Cochran. Throws to the sideline. It's going to be a 1st down. Ball on the Florida Storm 41-yard line. E.J. Minson once again with the catch.
Yeah, 2nd catch on the day for Minson. And moving the ball now close to midfield. This Florida Storm offense, again, is favored, the underdog in this game by 6 points. Something that you really don't see, Jack, when they play at home.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10, under center, hand off to Boletsky, right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of 2, they're going to say, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that's a long 2. That's like 2.5 or something. I thought he got a little bit more than that, but Florida, again, the important thing is go forward on every play, and 2nd and 8, you have a very good, talented, veteran quarterback, and now they go with 4 receivers here.
Short drop from Ron Cochran. Cochran going right over the middle, and that was amazing. The man was even able to hold on to a catch made by Stephen Bush.
Yeah, no, the tackle, that's Jack Hacksaw, one of the linebackers for this LA defense. They have 3 linebackers, all very talented. Buddy Blaze, one of the best in the SFL. Danny Stinson and Jack Hacksaw, help in run support.
Under center once again for Ron Cochran. 2 men in the backfield. Just going to be a moderate drop. Throws right over the middle. Caught first down and a few yards on top of that. Just a great rhythm play. Stephen Bush getting his second reception.
Yeah, and good play by Ron Cochran. He had about 3 or 4 actual receivers that were open. Doyle and the running back Beletsky were on the outside, but he decided to check it down to his receiver Bush and get a first down.
Short drop from Ron Cochran. Throws it over to Beletsky, and Beletsky going to gain about a yard or two. Yeah, as you were saying, Ron Cochran just through this entire season has been very efficient. Top 5 in completion percentage and number 1 in the entire league in passing completions.
Yeah, this is a team that is based off the West Coast style offense. They run the ball a little bit just to have enough balance, but they are more of a short passing attack and they try to get the yards after the catch.
Now right under center is Cochran. Stands right up, throws it over to Beletsky once again. And no, that was actually to the fullback, J.W. Doyle.
Yeah, and important here for Los Angeles is 3rd and 6. They need to make a good defensive play, aggressive defensive play. Florida is about probably 5 yards away from field goal range. So for Florida, even if they don't get a first down, they can still get close enough for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, and hey, they got a really good special teams unit, both with Ethan Snead and Marcus Agrippa. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd and 6. Cochran in the shotgun. Low snap, throws right over the middle. It's going to be tipped up. Who's going to get it? It's going to be nobody. 4th down, and the ball's now on their own 41-yard line.
That pass intended for Galliano, as you can see, and I think it hit him like on the shoulder pad as we are going to take a look at the replay. No, actually on his hands. He just clean dropped it. As you can see, he had heard the footsteps from Danny Stinson and company. But a costly mistake there by the Florida Storm, and they will have to punt after a promising first drive.
So now it's 4th down and 6. Marcus Agrippa, the only contracted punter in the league, comes out, and, well, we're about to see why Florida pays him the big bucks. Snaps right where it needs to be, and the punt is away. It's going to be a high one soaring through the air, and it's going to be fielded at about the 20. Going to take it up to the 21-yard line. Great controlled punt there by Marcus Agrippa.
Yeah, could have been better, but at the same time, he got almost 5 seconds of hang time, which is really good for that coverage team to get there. And Los Angeles will have decent field position here. Again, Solly Richardson, he's a veteran quarterback. He played with the Carolina Skyhawks, and he has a lot of veteran receivers to his disposal.
Short drop from Sully Richardson for his first throw of the day. Throw caught. Going to gain about 3 yards to the halfback, Robert Johnson.
Yeah, he has Jack Flash, the tight end, also played with Carolina. Davius Reed was a member of the Chicago Wildcats. Robert Johnson played with the Fury. And this is an offense that doesn't have too many weapons. As you can see in other teams, they have 4 wide receivers, maybe a couple of tight ends, a fullback, but they're pretty balanced.
Yep, and they're going to once again throw down on the flat. It's going to be caught, gain of a yard or two, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, good defense there by the Florida Storm, not allowing anything after the catch from fullback Smite. And, you know, I think they're doing such a good job on covering the other star receivers that they are leaving anything that they can have to Smite. I mean, if he's going to beat him, then okay.
And it's going to be a short drop from Richardson. Richardson throws it over. It's going to be tipped up in the air. It's going to be 4th down 6.
Yeah, nobody was open. Florida in this first defensive drive doing a tremendous job on just getting in front of every single receiver. Solly Richardson just had to get it away. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So now it's 4th down and 6. Punting team is out on the field now for the Lycans. Snaps right where it needs to be, and the kick is away. Going to be fielded at about the 45-yard line, taking it past the 50, and over to the LA 49-yard line. That's where Ron Cochran is going to set up shop once again.
No, and Florida is definitely winning this field position battle so far early in the game. I mean, again, Los Angeles coming off a 98-point game But Florida, you know, with a very good defense so far, doing a good job on just shortening the game so far.
Deep drop from Ron Cochran on the play action, throws right over the middle, and that's going to be caught, and they're going to say he got the first down. A little bit of an interesting call there from the refs, but hey, you know what? That's what Jeff Como can do for you.
Yeah, that was certainly close. If I'm Los Angeles, I am not challenging this one. I think they're doing a good job of not challenging because, first and 10, second and inches, at this point of the game, it's pretty much the same. It really doesn't matter, so just better save that challenge in that timeout.
Yeah, keep it in your pocket for when it's needed. Throws over the middle once again, and that one was nearly intercepted. Third down, or actually, no, that's 2nd and 10 now for the Florida Storm as Denver takes a 17-0 lead over the Arizona Scorpions over in Phoenix.
Yeah, and over here in Florida, 2nd and 10 here for the Storm, and they're going to take their receivers out. As you can see, EJ Minson is out of the game. They only have one, Steven Bush, in the lineup. Expect a run here, a short pass.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. A simple handoff right up the middle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Really good defense there. Again, that's number 58, Buddy Blaze. Again, one of the best linebackers here in the SFL and one of the more dynamic ones. He can stop the run as well as he can drop down in coverage, which is a tremendous asset for this young LA defense that, has some veterans. Obviously, Mar Rivers coming back, Thomas Raman and Thomasino Raman, Rochelle Colston, but also has a few youngins.
And as the throw over the middle is caught, going to be a 1st down 10 now on the LA 22-yard line. Florida is driving down the field.
Really good throw right there by Ron Cochran. Putting the ball in between 3 different Lycans right there. Good catch and getting very close to the red zone.
So now it is 1st down and 10, ball at the 22-yard line. Cochran going 3 wide, 1 in the backfield. Let's see what he can do. Low snap, hand off. No, it's going to be play action. Throws, caught. Can he get the 1st down? No, he will not. 2nd and 1 on the LA 13.
Yeah, but a nice play again by Cochran, who has been very efficient so far in this first quarter. The previous drive, when the drive stalled, his receiver dropped the ball. Other than that, he's been pretty much perfect.
So it's 2nd and 1 now. Cochran going under center. Short drop, actually deep drop, throws over the middle. Going to be a simple catch. 1st and goal. Ron Cochran is having a very good game so far. 8 for 10 for right around 66 yards.
Yeah, and he had about 2 receivers open again. He did have a guy in the flats, and obviously his receiver, middle of the field. And Florida moving the ball extremely well now.
Under center once again is Ron Cochran. Handoff to the bullet, Charlie Boletsky. And Boletsky gets 2 yards, taken up to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Storm.
Yeah, 2nd and goal. You have many weapons if you're the Storm. Here you can give the ball to Boletsky, give the ball to Doyle. Varian Zarkov doesn't have a catch yet. Maybe he can be a nice target.
Yeah, the playbook's open when you have 14 yards to work with. Gonna be another play action for Florida. Throws to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Florida Storm. That catch is made by Steven Bush.
Yeah, great play. Great catch by Steven Bush right there. Just puts his feet inside the confines on the end zone. Good play action there. Tight spiral. A great catch.
Yeah, you only need 1 foot here in the SFL, but he was able to get everything he needed and more. So now Florida, pending the extra point, should be good to go. Snap is low, kick is away, and it is going to be through. Florida Storm now lead the LA Lycans 7-0 with 3:04 remaining in the first quarter.
And for Ron Cochran, that was his 4th touchdown of the season. He also has 5 interception coming into the game, but so far playing mistake-free football and being extremely, extremely efficient.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see, and that's kind of what Florida has been priding themselves off of this season. Very efficient is the name of the game as the kick is underway. Going to be in the end zone, and LA is going to run this one out past the 20. Spins around. Let's see if we can get out of that pocket. No. Up to the 26-yard line, and that's where Sully Richardson and company are going to set up shop.
Lycans have only been on the field on offense for 3 plays. They went 3 and out on their first possession. They don't even have 5 yards so far of offense, and they really need to start moving the chains here to keep up with the Florida offense.
So now it's 1st and 10, ball on the 26, short drop for Sully Richardson, pumps it, goes to the sideline. That's the sort of play that you want to see in order just to get an offense going.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 right now with Jack Flash. And, again, we go to the type of like West Coast style offense. It's just throwing the ball short and allow your receivers to get a few yards after the catch. And, that's sometimes as good as running the ball and getting some good yardage there.
So once again, 2nd and 5, similar formation to last time for the Lycans. Handoff right up the middle now to Robert Johnson, and Johnson's going to be hit after gaining 3 yards on the run.
And for Robert Johnson, this is his 2nd team, of course. So far, having a hell of a season. 384 rushing yards coming into the game. That was 2nd best in the SFL, averaging pretty much 6 yards per carry.
Short drop from Sully Richardson, and that's not going to be enough to avoid the Florida Storm defense. That is a sack right there. What a play from Alessandro Tomello.
Yeah, great job. And again, it starts with the secondary of the Storm. Nobody is open here for the LA Lycans. And for Alessandro Tomello, that I think is actually his 1st sack of the season. Which,
hey, yeah, I mean, hey, that's one way to go about it. 4th down and 6. Now LA forced to send out the punt unit.
Yeah, which is pretty interesting. Normally, Florida teams have a ton of sacks.
And it's going to be fielded at the 38-yard line, and that is where Ron Cochran's going to set up shop. Minute 36, we'll probably see another 3 or 4 snaps remaining here in the 1st quarter.
And again, another 3 and out for this LA offense. So a tired defense comes into the field, and this is where Florida smells blood in the water and tries to get explosive plays.
Right under center, hand off to Boletsky, and Boletsky goes right up the middle. Boletsky getting the 1st down. Boletsky's the sort of guy who, we've been seeing this Florida team these past few weeks. He's just been able to just blitz right through the defensive line of opposing teams and get to the secondary.
Yeah, and this is a very interesting play call right there by the Storm. They bring in 4 wide receivers, and they bring like bunch formation. So LA is reading pass, and they just run the ball right up the gut, and it's an easy 1st down for the Bullet.
Yeah, serves same function as a draw play, only you're doing the setup beforehand. So now midfield, shotgun snap to Cochran. Cochran throws it a little bit low, but that low was right where it needed to be for E.J. Minson to catch it for 9 yards.
And again, E.J. Minson is being the primary target here for the Florida Storm. Zarkov doesn't have a catch yet in this game. Now he's going to take a breather. Steven Bush just with a couple of grabs. J.W. Doyle has been a little bit quiet so far.
And they're going to hand off to Boletsky here, and Boletsky's going to gain the 1st down and a few yards on top of that. So, yeah, they've been doing very well. That'll probably be the last snap of the 1st quarter.
And kudos to this young offensive line for the Florida Storm. So far doing a beautiful job against a veteran defensive lineman like Mo Rivers. Then you have Andre Krim in his 2nd year. Raymond Jones from, he was a former Wildcat. This is a good unit.
Yep, as Ron Cochran's going to throw, it's going to be picked off right from the sky comes the Lycan secondary, and they've just thwarted anything they had. Thomasina Raman with the grab. She is clearly someone who's really good at that position.
Yeah, and as good as Ron Cochran is, sometimes those are the passes that kill him. It's just that one-on-one, you cannot really fault him for taking a shot, but that was just a little bit underthrown. And LA's opportunity for regaining momentum just started.
So it's 1st and 10 on their own 22. LA, they've been granted the lifeline. Let's see what they can do with it. And the first play from scrimmage for them, not going to work out. Deontay Stoneville getting the pressure on Sully Richardson.
Yeah, Stoneville, has a linebacker number, but he's a defensive end, number 52. And he is one of the three star defensive linemen for the Florida Storm, as they normally run a three-man front. They have Eric Emmer and Maverick Hughes at the linebacker position, but normally this team likes to run 3-4, 3-3 defenses.
Under center are the Lycans. Sully Richardson throws it right towards the sideline once again. Gains 4 yards, puts the offense right back on track. Jack Flash, the tight end, with his 3rd reception on the day.
Yeah, and a quick first quarter here.
Yep, and that's actually going to bring us right to the end of the first quarter here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have an intense game in our hands. The Florida Storm are up 7-0 over the Los Angeles Lycans here on the SFL Network on Twitch. Third and 6. Empty backfield, 5 wide for the Lycans. You always see explosive plays out of this formation. Let's see what they can come up with. Short drop. Sully has all day to throw, and he still seems to find the man on the defense. And the pass was deflected by Eric Hammer.
Yeah, and this Florida defense, it so far has been outstanding in limiting this passing attack of the Lycans, just covering up every single lane. We have not actually had drops from LA. It's been great plays by the Florida defense.
Yeah, the Storm defense has been able to keep the machine going, and that punt was nearly blocked. Going to be a fair catch signaled at around the 40-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10 for Ron Cochran.
Yeah, and if I'm Florida, if I'm Ron Cochran, I'm realizing so far in this game, my defense is playing lights out. All I have to do is not turn the ball over. Let me, maybe hand the ball off, throw a check down if I have to, just not give the ball right back to them.
Yeah, for Ron Cochran right now, the mission's very simple. Just play calm, and you should be in pretty good position. Shotgun snap, short throw right over the middle, and it's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 yards to Stephen Bush.
Yeah, and that works, is get you ahead of schedule, putting your offense in a position where they can make a catch and get some yards after the grab, and just continue to put this LA defense on their heels. They've been on the field for about, I will dare to say, 80% of the game so far, and that could be bad for them.
And talking about things that are bad for them, J.W. Doyle getting to the outside. This man, for a fullback especially, he's able to show that he can be athletic, especially once he gets to the outside.
Yeah, most definitely. He's so athletic. Last season, he was a running back in this offense, put back to fullback in favor of Charlie Beletsky, who took his spot. And Beletsky with a great block on this previous play.
And they're going to hand off to Beletsky once again, and Beletsky gains 2 yards.
Yeah, and again, for Beletsky and for J.W. Doyle, these are two backs that, maybe they are not as spectacular so far as like guys like BDG Hollywood or, those dudes who just break out 60-yard runs in the regular, but they are very efficient and they have very good hands out of the backfield.
Shotgun formation for Ron Cochran now. Snaps right where it needs to be. Short drop for Cochran. Throws right to the sideline. Gonna be caught! The man's open. He's got some room to run. Goes down to the 12-yard line. What an excellent pitch and catch there. Throw was to Stephen Bush.
And it all starts with the offensive line. We're not going to take a look at it on play. But man, Ron Cochran had the chance to just scan the field from right to left until he found an open man. And the Florida Storm are in business.
So now it's 1st and 10. Ball on the Lycans is 12. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top for the Storm. Gonna be a play action. Throws right over the middle, and that one was nearly picked off. Would have been a great one. Pass intended for the fullback, J.W. Doyle.
Yeah, probably that could have been and should have been intercepted by Rochelle Colston, the free safety coming from the Carolina Skyhawks. So a dangerous throw by Ron Cochran. If I'm coach Max Paul, maybe I'm dialing up another run or another pass out of the backfield just to get us in a shortened 3rd down. And it seems like that's what they're going to do on this tight set.
So right under center is going to be Ron Cochran. Hand off to Beletsky, and Beletsky finds some room right up the middle, and he's going to gain about 4 yards. Ball on the 8. Now the playbook's effectively wide open. You can do borderline whatever you want.
Yeah, I agree. Now it's 3rd and 6. We take a look at the play calling. It's 4 wide receivers. So maybe a deep corner route. Try to get in the end zone, Jack.
Let's see what they can do. Low snap. Shuffling around on the pocket is Cochran. Cochran throws off his back foot. Oh my goodness, what a grab. Too bad he didn't get across the yellow line, but still, that has to be one of the best catches I've ever seen.
And it's Jose Galliano, the man who dropped the easy pass in the 1st quarter, making a wild catch here in 3rd down. And if I'm Florida, man, after that play and how you're dominating, I'm okay with going for it, man.
Yeah, and that's clearly the modus operandi they're using. Ball on the 3. And it seems to be they're going to be doing the sacrificial timeout. Yes, they are. Florida going to take the 3 points. Going to go up 10-0, pending the kick from Ethan Sneed. It is a relatively short kick, Ramos, but hey, we've seen kicks from around this far out be missed in other SFL games.
Yeah, for sure. Normally you will say that he's going to make it, but you never know. For Florida, I'm okay with going for it on this situation because of how the game is going. But I also, see try to get the points whenever you can and play great defense.
So now, about an extra points distance here for Ethan Sneed. Low snap, kick is away, and it's going to be through for 3. The Florida Storm up 10-0 over the undefeated LA Lycans. And the Lycans just not seeming to get anything going on offense. Florida, just as a random stat for comparison here, Ron Cochran has 19 attempts on the day. And his running backs combined have 9 rushing attempts. Meanwhile, Sully Richardson only has 7 passing attempts. And Robert Johnson only 1 rushing attempt.
Right, and I think Los Angeles needs to start finding that balance and just a bit of explosive plays. Jack, they do not have a 1st down in this game so far. So, whatever it is, run or pass, they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, they need to change up some things relatively drastically now if they want to remain in touch in this ball game. Now Sully Richardson comes out under center. Coming out with a heavy set behind him. Handoff now to Robert Johnson, and Johnson gets lit up in the backfield. Ooh. Deontay Stoneville once again.
Man. If you take a look at the numbers, and thank you, Tyler, with the stats, doing a great job. Solid Richardson, man, just a little bit over 10 yards passing so far. Robert Johnson has no yards.
Meanwhile, they're going to throw it to Robert Johnson. Johnson sheds several men, gets it right back up to a 3rd and 6, 3rd and manageable. You like to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because, again, this is a very explosive offense. This is a very talented offense in LA. And, when you look at it, Chris Lee has no targets. Davius Reed has no targets so far. So It's time to try to get the ball to those boys.
So now it's 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun is going to be Sully Richardson. Short drop, throws deep to the side, and that one's going to be falling incomplete. The pressure on that one applied by the free safety, Ryan Tobin.
Great job by Ryan Tobin right there, playing as the whole safety, and he recognizes there was a man running scot-free, and basically his duty now is to cover him man on man. Does a great job.
So now here we go, folks. LA once again having to send out the punting unit. The big thing for them is just the offense has not been able to get going so far after this first quarter and a half or so of play. Snaps right where it needs to be, and the punt's going to be away. A nice booming kick. Fair caught at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
If we go to total offense, LA hovering around 20 yards so far in this game, and Florida with over 150. So now with the ball again, it's interesting to see what Florida's going to do. Basically, the playbook is wide open for them.
Moderate drop, throw over to the flat. It's going to gain 5 yards to Bullet Boletsky.
And other than that interception by Ron Cochran, it's been a really good offensive performance here by the Storm. The offensive line again, it's very remarkable what they're doing. It's a very young offensive line, but doing a great job on the run game and in the passing game.
And that's really all you can ask for. Deep drop from Ron Cochran. Throws caught. He's going to get the first down. Yes, he is. Up to midfield now for the Florida Storm. And once again, they are moving the football with precision.
Absolutely. And they're now at midfield. About 6 minutes left in the second quarter. They are slowing down the pace of the game. LA played basically basketball on grass last week, and this has been tough sledding so far.
Short throw now, and it's going to be gaining of 4 for the Florida Storm on the pass to Bullet Boletsky.
Yeah, and Ron Cochran, ever since that interception, has been dinking and dunking his way down the field. And it's working so far. LA playing very loose coverage so far. And, it did work. When the pass was thrown deep, they were able to intercept it. But other than that, it's been a lot of pitch and catch.
And once again, the same sort of play that's been working so well for Florida so far today. And it's going to be another throw to Charlie Boletsky, 3rd and 2.
Time for LA again to dial up something here to stop those flats. They are going back and back and back into that formation. I think Bullet Boletsky's going to run it here.
That's exactly what he's going to do. And LA's defense gets the stop that was so desperately needed. Thomasina Rahman once again on the stop.
Yeah, and it's such a victory for this defense to force a punt. Maybe the offense is going to stay on the field. But, no, never mind. It's going to be... Well, yeah. Excuse me. The offense is going to stay on the field. Let's see if it's just a hard count or if they actually go for it.
They may just go for it. Cochran under center. And they are going to hand it off to Charlie Boletsky to the outside. And L.A. gets the stop that was oh so desperately needed. Moore Rivers, the former first-round pick, gets the stop.
Yeah, beautiful play right there by Moore Rivers. Controlling the outside, sealing the edge for that defense, does a rip move and makes a stop of J.W. Doyle in the backfield. And this is such a victory here for LA. And despite all the stats, despite the fact that Florida has outgained Los Angeles by 150 yards or something, it's only a 10-point game.
Yeah, and LA needs to capitalize off it as Robert Johnson gains 6 yards on the run. And that's going to up his total to, 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he needs more of that. I think he needs to run more north to south and east to west. He's trying to get the ball to the outside, but he's been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He needs to run the ball between the tackles.
Under center now is Sully Richardson. Hand off, and they're going to get their first down of the day, and they're going to get a lot more. Shed several tacklers. He's gone. Touchdown, L.A. Lycans.
Yeah, this is how quick an SFL game or any football can turn on its head. You just get a 4th down stop, you just get some momentum, and a big play on offense. Robert Johnson, who, as you said, Jack, was shut down to 0 yards for the first almost 20 minutes of the game, just absolutely parts the Red Sea and gets LA on the board. Now it's only a 3-point game.
And he bested probably about half of Florida's defense on that play, too. Gets 51 yards for the touchdown run. Rob Ems' extra point is good. And now, Ramos, just a few minutes ago when we were talking about a game that was not going that well for the Lycans, now it's a 3-point ball game.
Yeah, it sure is. And that's exactly what they needed. They just needed to have a spark. This LA offense, again, one more time, they have had no trouble scoring. It was just a matter of time and a matter of just getting that one big play, and they got it.
So now taking it out to the 20 is the Florida Storm. Gonna set up a pretty nice field position there after the kick return by Jeff Como.
Yeah, now what does Florida do here on offense? They have 3 minutes and 28 seconds, so you can move the ball to at least get a field goal before the half. Do they stay aggressive? They will go 2 backs and 3 wide receivers. I think they're going to run it here on first. Do they stay aggressive?
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Hand off right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of 5 yards with Charlie Boletsky once more.
Yeah, with 2nd and 5, that really sets your offense well. Boletsky, again, he's a great back that can get those important yards. He can get between the tackles, get a few yards. We saw an insane juke move last week, Jack. We were in the commentary for that one, and doing a good job so far here.
Yep, and Charlie Boletsky once again is going to wheel it forward, gains 3 yards. Right now, clearly just getting what he needs to do, and not much more.
Right, and with 3rd and 2, ball at the 29, you could say this is a passing down here for the Florida Storm to get a 1st down, but they go 2 backs in the backfield.
So under center now, short drop from Ron Cochran, throws it over, going to be caught for the 1st down. Barrels through several Lycans defenders, and it's going to get it up to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
Yeah, good job right there by J.W. Doyle, catching the pass, turning downfield, and putting his shoulder on number 42, Thomas Rahman Jr. for a good 1st down. And let's see if Florida can get a play before the 2.
So now under in the shotgun. No, they're not. It's going to be bringing us to the 2-minute warning, folks. Don't go anywhere. Florida is up 10-7 over the LA Lycans. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. So it's going to be a free play now as Boletsky, he's got room to run. They're going to take the 10 yards from Boletsky as the touchdown saving tackle was made by number 42, Thomas Rahman Jr.
Yeah, good job by Boletsky there, getting some really good yards. And it's going to be, I think, 2nd in inches. I don't think he got enough for a 1st down. But good job by him. Just, able to move the chains, apparently. I think they give him the 1st down, sorry.
Yeah, that was also extremely close to possibly being broken open for much more. Thomas Rahman, the touchdown saver. Under center now. Deep drop for Ron Cochran. Going to throw it to the sideline. The play has been working with them so well throughout the first half of football. Works for them again. Gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, and getting out of bounds, which is important. Just stopping the clock here with 151 left. Gets the catch, gets whatever yards he can get, and then it's forced out of bounds.
2nd and 3. Ball on the 44-yard line of the LA Lycans. If the Lycans can get the stop here, that would really do them some favors.
Yeah, watch the J.W. Doyle here.
Gonna be a handoff once again, and the Lycans shut down the running game at the line. Tackle made by Buddy Blaze, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, LA doing a really good job here in the second quarter, shutting down those running lanes. You know, we saw that 4th down stop, and we saw it again. Linebackers in very good position.
So once again, it's going to be a 3rd and 3, and J.W. Doyle runs the wrong direction, loses about 3 yards, and Andre Krim in with the tackle for loss.
Very nice play. Basically a copycat of what happened on the last action, but to the other side. Florida just needed to move the ball a little bit, and one of the defensive ends, in this case, Andre Krim, makes a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage, as LA is going to get the ball here. I don't think they will have enough time to get points on the board, but they will get the ball to end the first half.
Hey, and I mean, we've seen crazier things here in the SFL. Punt is high from Marcus Agrippa. Goes end over end, is going to be bouncing right at the 10, gets to the 5, and what a punt there by Marcus Agrippa, getting it all the way down to the Lycans' 6-yard line.
Yeah, the ball just died when that hit the ground. Great punt. And that really shuts down, I will say, a possibility of points for LA before the end of the half.
But let's see what they can come up with. 1 man in the backfield for Sully Richardson, a very risky move for them. Hand off to Robert Johnson, and Johnson's only going to gain a yard or 2. Looks like they're going to take this one to the half.
Yeah, and if you're Los Angeles, man, you're content on how the second half of the second quarter worked out for you. You know, you could say that you have the momentum going into the half, and only down by 3 is not too bad.
And it's going to be one final play. Going to be a heave deep, and Sully gets sacked. They were so lucky that one didn't just go into the end zone for a safety. Could have been 12-7, but that's going to bring us to the end of the first half here in Fort Lauderdale. The Florida Storm up over the LA Lycans 10-7.
As you take a look at the stats, everything like heavily in Florida Storm's side, but the only thing that matters is a scoreboard, and it's only a 3-point game, and it's something that LA needs to feel really good with. The fact that they did not play their best half of football, and even with that, they are in striking distance of the former 3-time champions.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The Lycans defense, really, sure, they've let up a lot of yards, but it's certainly been a bend, don't break sort of philosophy. As we see there, the interception from Thomasina Rahman, her pick there really just kind of set things back up, allowed the Lycans to kind of understand that this is not out of their grasp.
For sure. You know, absolutely. And, you know, it's been a couple of big defensive plays. It was that interception by her, and it was that stop on 4th down, which led to the play that you're seeing on your replay. Robert Johnson getting loose for 50-plus yards and a big touchdown. It was a 51-yarder for a score. And that's basically the first half. Florida dominating in time of possession, but Los Angeles was able to cash in, and they're in striking distance.
Couldn't agree more. And now, as we are now moments away from the second half, LA will get the ball to start the second half on top of everything else. So really, they are still well within this ball game. They can win it. 22 more minutes of football remain here in Fort Lauderdale. And the kick from Ethan Sneed is underway. Thomas Rahman Jr. back deep to receive the kick in the end zone. He's going to take it out past the 15, past the 20, up to about the 25-yard line. That's where Sully Richardson and company are going to set up shop.
Yeah, and if I'm the Lycans, what I'm doing is running the ball again. I'm establishing that run game. The one time that you had a big explosive play, it was with a big run, and they're going to go with a fullback on the field, so probably trying to get the ball on the ground to start in the third.
Under center now is Sully Richardson. Handoff to Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson gains 6 yards on the run up to the 28-yard line. Robert Johnson, he had a little bit of a slow start, we're not going to lie, but after that big run, he's been able to get those runs that you really need as an offense.
And the offensive line in run blocking here for Los Angeles doing a better job than what they're doing in pass protection. In pass protection, they're struggling a little bit, but in run blocking, they're doing a better job.
Handoff once again to Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson is going to get the first down for the Lycans today. The only other time they crossed the yellow stripe was when they scored their touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. So that's the first time they get a first down without actually getting the ball in the end zone. And, and this is stuff that opens up the rest of your playbook. When you can run the ball, that's when you can do the play action. That's when you can do 4 wide receivers like they're doing right now and try to get some other plays.
And the 4 wide receivers is going to work out well for them. Sully Richardson gets his first completion of the half. Gain of 7 yards. Pass complete to number 80 for the LA Lycans.
Yeah, and again, Davius Reed has no target so far. Elsie Pryor has a target, but no catches. Chris Lee with a target, but no catches. It's been, Robert Johnson and the defense so far for LA.
So now brings up 2nd and 3. Throw right over the middle. It's going to be caught. Picked off by the Storm defense. Pick was made by number 27, Ryan Davidson, the longtime veteran of this Storm defense.
Yeah, both of these corners are longtime vets. And if it wasn't him, it should have been Evan Carroll, but he just basically sets up his teammate Ryan Davidson for the interception, and that's how Florida quiets the noise and gets the ball back in plus territory.
So now here we go. 1st and 10. Hand off to Bullet Beletsky, and Beletsky's not going to gain anything. No gain, no loss.
Yeah, and Beletsky, again, so far in this game has been pretty quiet. That was his 13th carry of the game. Doesn't have 50 yards so far, but in the passing game, it's been a little bit better. 5 catches for about 20 yards.
Right under center is Ron Cochran, throwing right to the edge, and he's not going to get the first down. 3rd and 2 after the catch from J.W. Doyle, gains him 8 yards.
Yeah, but this is where Florida has actually gotten a little bit of trouble late. Is that 3rd down and short situation? They try to run the ball with J.W. Doyle, and the LA defense has been ready. Now this time it seems that this is going to be a pass here, Jack.
And it's going to be a throw over to the sideline, and wow, not a first down at all, surprisingly. And it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Florida Storm.
Yeah, and EJ Minson has been good so far in this game, but that one, not one of his best plays. He could not gather himself, and he just fell to the ground and could not get up in time.
So now Agrippa out once again to punt it away. Usually he's pretty good in these situations. Kick is high. Fair caught at the 15-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10 for the LA Lycans. The defense has saved them from this getting any worse. And now Sully Richardson, got to shake off the cobwebs, got to head out there and, start slinging it deep.
I agree. I mean, at some point you do have to take a shot. I think that here, first down and 10, put the ball on the ground, and then you can think of it on second down, depending on the result of this one.
Throws to the sideline, caught, going to be taken up about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 after the throw and catch, the fullback, Spite.
Yep. And Spite has been able to catch a couple of passes so far in this game. I think that's his third. And so far, I mean, not doing a bad job, trying whatever he can.
2nd and 5. Sully under center. Gonna be a handoff to Robert Johnson right up the middle, and Robert Johnson's got room to run. Sheds a Florida Storm tackler. Gets it up to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, LA Lycans.
Yeah, really solid blocking right there by Smite. Just taking care of the linebacker. That was number 54, Eric Hammer. And Smite doing a good job on opening up the lane for his running back.
1st and 10, split back for the Lycans. Short drop, throws deep over the middle. It's going to be actually a medium-like throw. 1st and 10 after the catch there from Elise Pryor.
Yeah, and that was Elsie Pryor's first catch of the game, wide open in the middle of the field. That's about the first time an LA receiver has gotten wide open so far. And Sully Richardson does a nice job on getting the ball to him, now up to 47 passing yards.
Yeah, not having a great day at the office so far, but throws like that are what you need to rebuild confidence. Hand off to Robert Johnson as he gets to the outside, and he's only going to gain about a yard, maybe 2. They're only going to give him 1. 2nd and 9 for the Lycan.
And a nice stop by Ryan Davidson. Actually, Robert Johnson kind of like stuttered a little bit. He did not have much conviction getting into the line of scrimmage, and that slowed his momentum. And only a 1-yard gain. Could have been more than that.
Deep drop for Richardson, throwing to the sideline, and hey, that's going to work. Gets him up to a 3rd and 4. Ball is at midfield.
Yeah, that was Davius Reed's first catch of the game. Now that went for 5 yards.
Yeah, it seems to be that LA is kind of spreading out a little bit evenly right now. Everyone has at least 1 target, and everyone has at least 1 reception, except for Chris Lee, wide receiver number 88. See if he can get on this upcoming play. 3rd and 4, ball's right at midfield. Short drop, throws right over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Threads the needle of Sully Richardson. Catch is made by Elise Pryor, having a great game. They are.
Yeah, and about 2 different receivers were open. Robert Johnson had some space in the flat, but a nice, wise decision to involve Elsie Pryor deeper down the field. And don't look now, but LA basically has, at least a tie ball game in their hands.
And it's going to be a deep drop from Sully Richardson. Sully Richardson going right over the middle. 2nd down and 3. And it seems to be the LA passing attack has finally come to play. And especially Elsie Pryor having a great drive.
Yeah, you're not kidding. It's been a really solid drive here for Pryor. Has 40 yards alone in this drive. So after being shut down, finally the coaching staff has found a way to, involve him in the playbook. And here it is again.
Yep, Elsie Pryor once again getting the 1st down. He gets it up to the Florida 23. And really, for the first time this game, the LA Lycans have a sustained drive on their hand.
Yeah, absolutely. So they need to make sure they are able to cash in. I mean, even a field goal is fine. A field goal, you can tie the game, and then you go into the 4th quarter, but coming away with some points and either tying or going up front will be huge for them.
Short drop for Richardson. Throws over the middle with a quick throw. And that one's going to be caught down to the 10. Chris Lee, I mentioned earlier he was the only one without a catch so far today. Well, There's the first catch of the day.
Yeah, LA has found a soft spot on that defense of the Storm. Those slant routes and quick ins and all of that is working pretty well on this drive. Florida playing a little bit zone and playing a little bit loose.
Shotgun, split back. Low snap, moving around in the pocket. It's going to be a throw down to Robert Johnson, and Johnson gains 2 yards. This brings up 2nd and 8.
Good check down right there by Solly Richardson, not taking a chance throwing the ball into double coverage or something. So it just puts the ball into his running back's hands, and the running back gets a couple yards there. Look for another crossing route here.
Shotgun snap. Throws over the middle. It's going to be caught at the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Lycans. And that is the tight end, Jack Flash, putting the Lycans into the lead.
Yeah, that's a post route right there by Jack Flash. He was covered one-on-one by the linebacker. That was actually a backup linebacker. And just not quick enough, not as fast as Jack Flash right there.
Yeah, so it's now going to bring up, coming out as the PAT team, Rob Ems, looking to put them ahead by 4.
You know, in despite of how this game ends, I mean, even if Florida comes back and wins, man, if you're LA, if you're an LA fan or an LA player, you have to be very encouraged by the fact that you are able to win games that go up to the 90s. Like, you can put 54 points on the board if you need to, but at the same time, if you're in a game where you're struggling on offense, I mean, you can still take the lead 14-10 and late in the third quarter, and you can play and win on games that are, lower scoring, 30, 40 points or somewhere around there.
Yeah, as the kick is away, and it's going to be fielded by Jeff Como at the goal line, taking it past the 20 to the 25, and that's where we're going to be setting up shop. 3:31 remaining in the third quarter here, folks. Don't go anywhere. This game is getting intense. So Ron Cochran leads the Storm out. 3 wide to the top, nothing to the bottom, 1 man in the backfield. Short drop, throw caught by Beletsky, and Beletsky's only going to gain about a yard or 2 on the play. Going to bring him up to the 23-yard line.
And Richardson is slowly but surely creeping up on that stat sheet, getting closer and closer to Ron Cochran's stats. Not quite there yet, but what matters is the scoreboard, and LA leading by 4. Florida, they have not had too many explosive plays in this game. There is one.
Throwing over to the sideline, and hey! There's something about the commentator's curse. I think we actually just make teams better when we say they haven't been doing particularly well, because Stephen Bush, with a one-handed grab, gets it, and it's going to be a first down for the Storm.
Yeah, that's a corner route, working one-on-one against the corner, and a great throw, great catch. And Florida again close to midfield.
It's going to be 3 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. Short drop, throws over the... Oh, man, that was a one-on-one freight train running into a tree sort of play with Stephen Bush able to hold on even with all that speed.
Normally we can call that a hospital pass when the quarterback sets up his wide receiver to get killed. But a great job by Bush making the catch.
Gotta sacrifice even the most important people to you. Throws over the middle. It's going to be caught. 2nd down and 5.
Another throw underneath. And, Florida has been very good at this so far in this game. Those throws underneath, ball to his backs out of the backfield. If you look at the stats so far, the yards per reception right now, EJ Minson with about 5 yards per catch, Jeff Como with 12, Stephen Bush with 10. So it's not been a lot of post routes, corners, all of that. It's just been, quick outs, slants, that kind of stuff. And For the most part, it has worked well because Ron Cochran is 27 of 31. But, then again, Florida has opened up their playbook just a little bit as of late.
Yeah, as you saw, this just the short run, and that was in for the not touchdown, gets a few yards. Ron Cochran, deep drop, looks around on the field, is going to be a first down and a few yards on top of that. Down to the Lycans' 23-yard line after the catch from E.J. Minson. The Florida receiving core has been really on fire today. Stephen Bush with 106 receiving yards and Como Minson each with about 40 apiece.
Let's see if we could get a challenge here. I think the heel. I think it's a cat. Yeah, we're gonna get a challenge. The heel.
Okay.
The heel of EJ Minson was, I think, probably touching the white line. Let's see if we can get a better look at it. But
yeah, remember it's only 1 foot in bounds for the SFL. Yeah, but let's see.
Yeah. I mean, we don't see the foot, but on first glance, on the other take, it was close.
Yeah, let's see what happens. And it's gonna be overturned, and Florida now has to start back, get punter Marcus Agrippa out there, and man, that is a devastating turn of events for the Storm.
Yeah, it truly is. It's gonna be 4th and 4, and no way you can punt this, but they're gonna try a field goal. Now the wind is on their favor, so I think it's just about accuracy here, Jack.
Yeah, and Ethan Sneed's in the dead center of the field, so let's see what he can do. Kick is up, and it's going to be a long bomber. Through for 3. What a kick from Ethan Sneed.
Yeah, he has to lay it down because he did a great kick right there. We're going to get a really good take. And again, the wind was on his side, so not a problem. And accuracy wasn't either.
So now it is time for the kickoff. Ethan Sneed once again going to kick it. Kicks away, and it's going to be a long bomber into the end zone, fielded by Thomas Rahman Jr. And Tom Rahman Jr. goes right into the eye of the storm, gets it up to the 22-yard line. 56 seconds remaining in the third quarter. If I was the Lycans, I would just try and, set up something and go into the fourth with a bit of momentum.
Yeah, no question. I mean, this is the first time that LA takes far in this game, so they will play probably a little bit differently than what they did all game long that they were behind.
Hand off to Robert Johnson, and Johnson gets stood up at the line by the Florida defensive line and most importantly, Deontay Stoneville. He's been having a great game.
No question. He's been really good on the defensive line. He's been on the backfield a lot. That one was only a 1-yard gain. And it's been the youngins instead of Alex Dominguez who've been really good this season so far.
And once again, proving it's, the young blood here as Andrew Francis gets the tackle.
Andrew Francis playing a lot in the box. He was a linebacker, so he knows what it is to stop the run.
Yeah, just barrel down your opponent. Empty backfield, 3rd and 11 for the Lycans, going deep to the sideline. Tip is up. No good. But that will bring us to the end of the third quarter here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a 1-point game, folks. Don't go anywhere and get your fours up in chat for the SFL on Twitch. It appeared to be that last one, Ramos, was just like the 50-50 sort of thing to a Davies Reed. As they're just now going to call the end of the third quarter in the game. And, we're going to swap sides of the field, and LA is going to have to bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, with the weight on his back, which is good for the Lycans, maybe he can get the ball up to the opponent's 40-yard line or so. But either way, I think Florida will have some decent field position.
Punts away. And it's going to be fielded about the 45. And Florida is going to take it up to their own 48. First down and 10. So far throughout this game, if you're just now tuning in, it's been a close one. LA has really come alive in the second half. So Sully Richardson has just now passed over 100 yards through the air. Ron Cochran's got 210, but a lot of that's just coming from the fact that LA was not able to get anything going in the first half, apart from a big run from Robert Johnson. But now Florida is bringing out their high-flying offense. It's going to be a simple handoff to Boletsky, and the Bullet gains 3 yards.
Charlie Boletsky now with 51 yards so far in this game. And, it's been a good change of pace to J.W. Doyle and to the passing attack of the Storm. Having a really solid game so far with good run average.
Yeah, really all you want is just that good up, down, all-around sort of play. As it's going to be second down and 7 for the Florida Storm. Short drop, throws over, going to be caught. First down and a few yards more. Nearly sheds the man, and that could have been a much larger gain, possibly even into the red zone for Jeff Como.
Yeah, and the corner just whiffs on this one. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Thomas Ryan just catching air, and Jeff Como with a big play.
So once again, it's first and 10. Deep drop from Ron Cochran. Throws it over to Boletsky, and Boletsky's going to gain about a yard or 2 on the run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Boletsky, I think he's going to be a great back in the SFL in no time. I think that he has all the tools, and he has the coaching, he has all the teammates, the offensive line to be a real awesome threat, and he's already playing pretty well.
So second and 9. Cochran in the shotgun is going to be caught for a first down. Cross to the 14-yard line from Stephen Bush. That man's been having an insane game.
He really has, now up to 11 grabs on the day, more than 100 yards. And judging by how this game is going, Jack, he is going to probably get to 150 plus because this offenses would not let go. So first and 10, and a pro set here for the Storm. They don't run pro sets too often.
Throws down the sideline to J.W. Doyle, and Doyle's going to get 2 yards on the throw. We'll bring up second down and 8. Ball's on the Lycans' 12-yard line. If the Lycans can hold and only hold Florida to a field goal, they're in a very good position to take control, drive down the field, and possibly kick a field goal. Not too much time left on the clock.
Yeah, because we have more than 8 minutes left, so time is not an issue.
As Cochran drops back, throws over a very forced throw, I would argue, as Stephen Bush comes down with it, 3rd and 4.
And for the Florida Storm and this offense, anything but turning the ball over. Like, run the ball, even if you don't get there. I mean, you have the lead on your hands. Do not put the ball in harm's way.
Short drop from Cochran, throws right over into the middle. That's going to be caught. Threading the needle is Ron Cochran, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Storm. Jeff Como. Como estás in the end zone.
Great play. Great timing on that one because if late, and I mean Ron Cochran with the throw, there was a couple of defenders right there. Ready to make a big hit on even an interception. So a great job by Florida, who is going to tack on the extra point. I will probably go for 2 here to make it a 7-point game, but I guess you take the points whenever you can.
Yeah, they're going for the safe play. Kick is up, and it is good. 20-14 is the score here in Florida. The Lycans are still in it to win it, and the Storm have now taken the lead. Ball's on the tee now for Ethan Sneed. Kick is away, and it's going to be fielded deep right at the goal line. Taken up past the 10, past the 15, up to the 28-yard line, and that's going to be where the Lycans and Sully Richardson set up shop.
Yeah, Florida's last drive. Thank you again, Tyler Falk, with the stat. 7 plays, 42 yards, and an 8-yard passing touchdown to cap off the drive. And that's what LA has to respond. They need to put the ball in the end zone on this possession.
Or at least get some sort of scoring here. Hand off to Robert Johnson, and Johnson sheds a Storm tackler or two and gains 5 yards. Tackle was made there by the cornerback, Ryan Davidson.
Florida, outside has been tremendous to stop the run, but inside they have missed a couple tackles. We saw that first great run for a touchdown, and as of late, they've done not a great job on stopping the inside running game.
And after the pump fake and throw, Sully Richardson able to get a few yards on top of that. Ryan Davidson on the tackle from the catch by Elsie Pryor.
3rd and 1. Playbook is wide open. I think they will go with 2 tight ends. Look for the bottom of the play here, Jack.
All right, and they're going to hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson had the room, had the blocks, gets the first down.
Yeah, that's the bottom of that formation. It's the left side of the offensive. They have 2 tight ends, so they have double wing for blocking, and Florida just did not have enough people on that side to counter block.
And now it's going to be 1st and 10. LA basically right at midfield. Under center now is Sully Richardson. Hand off to Robert Johnson, and Johnson is going to... They're going to say no gain, no loss on that one. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Tomaello on the play has been really quiet ever since he made that great play in the backfield for a sack. His first sack of the season. And ever since it's been pretty quiet. But the Florida defense trying to stop.
And they're going right up against the line. They're going aggressive here, folks. Hand off to Robert Johnson. The outside finds a lane, and he's going to gain 4 yards, 3rd down and 6.
Robert Johnson looks a little bit tired now, up yard in the game, but he looks a little bit gassed. If I'm Richardson and company, I'm throwing the ball down the field. I don't think that a screen pass, check down, or something like that can work, and that's what they will do. They will go 4 wide receivers. Look out for Jack Flash here.
That's exactly what they're going to do. And it's going to be a deep drop. Throws over the middle. And that one was nearly picked off by the linebacker, Eric Hammer. And Eric Hammer able to get things going. Going to set up a 4th and 6 now for the Lycans.
Yeah, the pass was intended to Flash, but he was extremely well covered. There were about 2 different linebackers who were getting in front of the tight end.
Snaps a bit low, and the punt's away. Fielded right at the 10, and now Florida, you kind of have to imagine they're almost entering into a clock control state of mind.
For sure, yeah. What you want here is to run the ball effectively, and it seems that Mighty RX and company have been able to put in the playbook enough plays on offense to where they can establish their run game. We're going to see a few receivers, so this is probably going to be a pass, though.
3 wide to the bottom, 1 wide to the top. Deep drop for Ron Cochran, and it's going to be picked off right over the middle. And it's going to be setting, and now Sully Richardson and co. They got the ball, and they're at the 22-yard line, picked up by number 22, Ryan Yosef.
Yeah, not a great decision on that one. I'm not sure what they're throwing on first down, to be completely honest with you, but they, I guess that if you don't risk it, then you cannot win many ball games. I think that's their motto here. But man, you cannot give an offense the ball right in the red zone.
But now right under center is Sully Richardson, 2 men in the backfield. Sully throws it towards the 10-yard line. Pass intended for Davius Reed, and that one's going to fall to the ground, incomplete.
Yeah, this 2nd and 10 is very interesting. Like, do you run the ball with Johnson to make it a shorter 3rd down, or do you keep throwing it? They will go 2 receivers near side and a couple of tight ends. And I think this is going to be a run with Johnson.
And once again, yes, it's going to be a run with Johnson, but there's a penalty on the play. Most likely the offsides on the defense. And if I'm the Lycans, I'm just taking the free 5 yards. That's exactly what they're going to do. Going to bring up.
And for the Storm, you cannot make those mistakes. I mean, on offense, you already turned the ball over. On defense, you need to make sure you concentrate and you do not allow LA to get the ball in the end zone.
And it's going to be handoff to Robert Johnson, gain of a few yards, makes it 3rd and 1. Third down and 1 for the Lycans. They need to get the first down here. The clock is slowly starting to tick over to being not on their side anymore. Hand off to Johnson. Johnson! No, it's going to be 4th down and inches. Now, Ramos, here's the question. Do you trust your defense enough to... No, they're going to send out Rob Enns, the kicker.
It seems like they will try him in. Personally, I will go for it. I understand that you take the points and it's a 3-point game and you can play some solid defense. I would honestly go for it.
Well, unfortunately, it's not the fake that maybe Ramos was hoping for, but the field goal is good. 20-17 is the score now. And the question that becomes for LA, do they do the conventional kickoff, trust the defense, or are they going to go for maybe the onside, get a little bit aggressive?
Right. If I'm them, I'm kicking the ball conventionally and playing defense. That's what they will do.
Yep.
If it was like an 8-point game or something like that, even with that, I will probably kick it deep. But I would understand. It's a 3-point game. You just need to make a stop and get the ball in field goal range. You do not get the ball. You don't need to get the ball in the end zone again.
Yep, and so they're going to stop Jeff Como right at the 22. So now if you're LA, the defense that has been keeping you in this game all night long has to make another big step up, and they need to make stuff happen now. And granted, they've had players who've been making stuff happen. More Rivers, Thomasina Rahman, Thomas Rahman Jr., Rayshell Colson. They've clearly gotten stuff done. Let's see what they can do here. 1st down and 10. Ron Cochran making some adjustments at the line. 3:37 remaining in this ball game here, folks. Don't go anywhere. And it's going to be a simple handoff. Not going to gain anything, but not going to lose anything. Charlie Boletsky having a pretty decent day at the office so far. 3 yards per carry and right about 50 yards.
Yeah, for sure. And what Florida needs to do is get this first down. If you get this first down, you really put Los Angeles in a position where you force them to blitz a little bit maybe, or just play 8-9 people in the box, just trying to stop you from running the football.
Handoff once again to Boletsky to the outside, and Boletsky gets hit hard by number 22 for the Lycans, Ryan Yosef, the safety, stepping up against J.W. Doyle to make the big hit.
Yeah, and even though it's a 3rd and 4, I will still run it. I'll run it, or at most I will throw it to the flat to one of the backs.
And so now, 3rd and 4. Let's see what they can come up with. Hand off to Beletsky, and Beletsky's going to get the first down. The first down and the first nail in the coffin, theoretically, for the Lycans, as that'll most likely bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, because at least you will force LA to burn all 3 timeouts in this next set of downs. So that's a crucial first down for the Storm.
So once again, 20-17 is the score here, and they're going to just let it grind out. We're taking this one to the 2-minute warning, folks. Don't go anywhere. Florida is in control of the ball game, but the Lycans are only down by 3, and as we all know here in the SFL, anything can happen. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. So now Ron Cochran Company basically looking to get maybe 2 first down, and this game is over. Hand off to Beletsky, and Beletsky's going to run it very far off the line. That was Doyle on the run, and going to force LA to burn the first of their 3 precious timeouts.
Yeah, and now with a 2nd and 10, you run the ball here on 2nd and 10 too, Jack. You don't put the ball in harm's way. At least not on this down. 3rd and 10, probably you do something like that, but 2nd and 10, no way.
Yeah, you just gotta do simple things that aren't stupid. Oh! Hand off, and it's gonna be fumbled! Who recovers it? I don't know! Florida holds on! Oh! That one was one of those where it's like, you're holding your throat. Buddy Blaze forcing the fumble, and that could have been huge!
Wow. Florida's so lucky to fall on it, because if LA falls on it, that's at least the game tied. And it seems that they're going to throw. I would not be surprised, Jack, if they throw the ball right to Galliano to redeem himself.
Low snap for Cochran, throwing it deep down the sideline. Picked off! Lycans! They're still in it, folks! Ron Cochran with the unconventional for him slip up. And Thomas Rahman Jr. is going to keep his dad's team in the game.
Wow. And for Florida, very lucky his shoulder touched the white line. Otherwise, he could have stand up and return the ball. But, for Florida, that's like a punt. So that's one thing. But LA is going to keep 1 timeout.
1 timeout and a minute 47. And everything's on their side right now. Throwing over the middle, going to be caught first down. Over the middle, and now Sully Richardson can redeem himself for all the games so far as Jack Flash gets the big reception.
Yeah, and because they just need the field goal to tie the game, they don't actually have to do a little bit of hurry-up offense, though. And they just need about roughly 18 yards to be in good field goal.
18 yards. 18 yards, they want to rely on overtime, but there's a flag on the play on the handoff to Robert Johnson, who is slightly after the snap, so we'll have to see what it is. And Eric Hammer, the linebacker, is down. One of the key pieces to this Florida Storm defense is now down in the driver there. We're going to need him the most.
Oh, I think his helmet collided with Ryan Davidson.
Oh, man. Well, let's see what the thing is. It's going to be clipping on... Oh, it seems to be that they're going to be offsetting penalties. That it will, and it's going to be against the Lycans, and the Storm are going to accept. Hello to all our friends who are coming in after that Denver-Arizona game. 36-23 the final. Denver keeps storming along. But here in the eye of the storm, we got an intense battle, folks. The Lycans, it's 1st and 25, and they got to play aggressive. Snaps right where it needs to be for Sully Richardson, going deep to the sideline, tipped off, And now it's going to be 2nd and 25. Elsie Pryor, the receiver and the intended target for Richardson.
Yeah, and for all new viewers, Florida winning 20-17 after absolutely dominating part of the first quarter. Well, sorry, the whole first quarter and part of the second. And LA has been able to storm back. Eric Hammer just got hurt, and it's 2nd and 25 because of an illegal block in the back. So LA trying to get in field goal range to tie this one.
Yeah, it looks like that's what they that's what probably injured Eric Hammer. Short drop for Sully Richardson.
Oh.
He can't escape it. No, he will not. I think that was Big Sexy on the tackle. I mean, I certainly hope it is, because that man has been insane. 3rd and 31, less than a minute to go. Deep drop, pump fake, throws deep, threads the needle. 4th and 15. They need 15 yards to keep it alive. Can the Lycans do it?
I don't know why they're not calling their timeout.
I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Deep drop for Richardson. Moves around the pocket, throws it, caught! First down for the Lycans. Still holding on to that timeout. What a throw, what a catch. I can't believe it. And 1st and 10, ball on the Florida 36. Short drop for Richardson, throwing it, and it's going to be tipped away, incomplete. Tip was made by the corner, Evan Carroll, and Ryan Tobin.
That was wild. I mean, trust me, teams do not have many plays that can go 15 yards, man. Like, you on the playbook, you don't have many 4th and 15 calls. So, great job by LA dialing it up at the most opportune time. And he got about 16 and a half just for a first down.
Just what they needed, and not a single yard more. Sully going towards it, picked off. That's ball game, and the Stormer looking to run it back the other way. He is in open field, down the sideline. Touchdown, Storm. The death blow's been dealt to the team from the City of Angels. Number 27, Ryan Davidson, the man who's been doing so much all game long, wins the game for the Storm.
And that's why he's a future Hall of Famer. Most corners just wait for the ball to get in, and he attacks the ball like a receiver. And as soon as that was caught, I knew, man, that was pick six going all the way with that speed.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in chat also being surprised that one with us. So now the Storm, after a very close ball game, improved to 3-1, keep in touch with Charleston for the division lead in the Atlantic. The Lycans, though, not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's your first loss of the season. But, look, you lost basically by one possession to the Storm. That is nothing to really hang your head over.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And, again, the way they were not able to get going on the first quarter, and it took a while in the second quarter, but the way they were able to just stay in the game, other teams, after getting 20 total yards of total offense after 20 minutes of game, a lot of other teams would just have been blown out by 28, 35 points. And that wasn't the case with LA. And I think, if they clean up a couple of things here and there, this is a great football team. It's 3rd and 1, and they're very good for the playoff race.
Yeah, next week they head back home to the City of Angels, play host to the Vancouver Legion, who've been just on fire so far this early part of the season. The Storm remain home one more weekend, but the final throwdown is going to bring us to the end of the ball game. Hey Ramos, your Aztecs are heading here next week. We could probably use this as a bit of scouting.
Yeah, I guess so. But man, Florida, that coaching staff always changing stuff around, and you never know what you're gonna get. They're very good at mixing. They're gonna take a look at the total numbers, and trust me, man, this numbers look like this because of what we saw in the first quarter. From the second quarter on, this was a tight ball game.
Yeah, this one, it had it all. Had interceptions, touchdowns, had a fumble. It was all over the place. Florida's defense, though, came in the clutch, a man down even, without one of their linebackers, and were able to hold on to win this game off the pick six. And just in general, both these teams showing that they are both playoff caliber. I'm going to say this. If this is a matchup in the playoffs, Ramos, I know I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. And especially because, obviously we have the player progression and all that good stuff. It's just, these teams will get better. These teams will only get better. You have a team in LA that, again, has a lot of veterans, but it also has guys like, Peanut Say, Mike Scott, and company that still getting better. And for Florida, that run game worked really well with J.W. Doyle and Bullet Beletsky. And Beletsky is a guy who's only going to get way better. So, yeah, I think those are two teams that are in the up and up.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. These two teams are just doing very well against each other. And I think now, especially LA, sure, you lost in a heartbreaker, but, it's like what you would be told after a hard loss in football in the real world. Keep your head up. This was a game that many people would have pegged you as the loser of. And just to hold on like that, make it a coin flip, that is beyond what you'd want to do.
Yeah, no, for sure. 27-17 is it's not a very accurate number. This could have been 24-20 in LA side, or 20-20 going into overtime. So, nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, no, absolutely nothing from either side, really. And let's see who the player of the game is here tonight.
Cochran.
Player of the game honors are going to go to Stephen Bush. You said it too early, Ramos. And Stephen Bush, the man with over 100 yards receiving on the day, gets player of the game nods. And, I mean, hey, you could have given it to anyone on either offense after that first quarter. Well, that brings us to the end of the ball game here in Florida. I'm Jack Brown alongside Ramos Lynn, Robert Garrett, and Tyler Falk in the Stats Truck. We say so long and have a wonderful time. We're going to send it back to Cam in the studio right after these messages.
Thank you.